My English teacher looked right at me across the classroom, and he used a word that I would never forget. He said I was incorrigible. Back then, I did not know what the word meant, but at least I knew he was not trying to compliment me on my behavior. For as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to change my life. I wanted the best way to become the best son, or the best student, or the best friend, to become the best that I could possibly be. And the mistake I did that I see a lot of people do is that we try to change our life by changing our habits or behavior. But on this journey of wanting to change my life, I have realized that your habits and your behavior are the third things that change if you want to change your life. The first thing that changes, that you must change, is to change your thinking. I know some of you have heard this before, but changing your thinking is not as easy as maybe changing your shirt or changing your shoe, but it takes a lot of effort to change your thinking. The best way that I can help you understand how to change your thinking is by sharing a story with you. There were these 4 blind men who had heard a lot about an elephant. So they were curious to know how an elephant looked like. So they went to one hunter to help them see an elephant or feel what an elephant looked like. So the hunter took them to the forest where there was this very giant elephant. And each of those 4 blind men stood at different sides of the elephant. So the first blind man held the tail of the elephant. And in describing what an elephant looked like, he said the elephant felt like a rope. The second blind man stood by one of the legs of the elephant, and he held the leg of the elephant, and he said, "This elephant feels like a tree." The third blind man stood by the belly or under the elephant, and then feeling the belly of the elephant, he said, "This elephant feels like a very broad wall." The fourth man held the ear of the elephant, and he concluded that the elephant felt like a very big fan. How does that tie up to our thinking? Whatever you have been exposed to in the area of your thinking, that is how you define life. Based on what you are exposed to in life, that is the conclusion you make about life. That it is what you have been exposed to that you conclude about life. Some of us, the exposure we have had is that we have been exposed to scarcity, and so we have generally concluded that life's resources are very finite and unable to go round. And so if you want to change your thinking, you have to change the things that you have been exposed to. How do you change your exposure? Unfortunately for you and I, we do not choose which family we are born into or who our parents are or even what country we are born into. But the very thing we can change now is the things we listen to, the things we watch, the kind of conversations we are surrounded with or involved in, and also where we go. I believe that if you can change these 4 things that I have listed, you can affect your thinking positively. And so if you want to change your thinking, change the things that you expose yourself to. That is the first step you have to take if you want to change your life. The second step, before you start creating habits and before you start creating or changing your behavior, is that you have to change your beliefs. And imagine belief as a table. And what makes a table stand are the legs. The stronger the legs of the table, the stronger the table itself is generally. And that is how your beliefs are formed. And the legs of the tables are references. The more references you have towards a specific belief you have, that is going to determine the strength of that particular belief. So if you want to change your beliefs, you have to change the references that are the legs that hold up that particular belief. And then now you can start changing your habits and your behavior. Unfortunately for me, I spent a lot of time wanting to change my habits and wanting to change my behavior that I forgot that in order for me to effectively change my life, I needed to change my thinking. And by my thinking, I needed to change the things that I was being exposed to every now and then ultimately change my behavior or my beliefs. Then I can change my life. You'll get back to continue watching your video shortly. But before then, I want to talk to you about overcollection. Just about a few years ago, when I started making video content on YouTube, I had two challenges. My first challenge was the fact that I wanted a way to consciously remind myself of the values that I had, because I was finding myself in very compromising situations. Some of them I failed, some of them I stood strong. And then the second issue or challenge that I had was the fact that anytime I wanted to make a video content, what to wear was a challenge. So I decided to marry these two issues that I have, and then I came up with overcollection. The whole idea of overcollection is that you are able to consciously remind yourself of your values and also wear something that you choose at the time that you want. Maybe for you, you don't have any issues with your values because you are very, very disciplined and very strict, so you don't find yourself compromising on your values. But sometimes you want to go out and you are struggling with the kind of shirt to wear to fit the environment you are going to find yourself. That problem, I believe overcollection can help you solve that. Any value you want to have written on your shirt will help you customize your values and then make it visible for yourself, but also for everyone else around you to see, so that they know what you stand for. If you are interested in buying any of our shirts, there is a link in the description below. Message us and let us help you customize your values. Thank you. Now you can go back to your video. If you want to learn more about thinking, there is this book that I will recommend to you, because that book practically helped me change my thinking. And it is As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. If you also want to build on your beliefs and change your beliefs, look out for this book, Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. These two books, one would help you change your thinking, and then the second one will help you form and change the beliefs you have. The third book I'm going to be talking about in this video is How to Change Your Habits. And I'm talking about Atomic Habits by James Clear. That book has sold almost 1 billion+ copies because the things he talks about really work. If you can change something you do every day, I believe so much that you can ultimately change the outcome that you are experiencing. So for you, maybe someone has told you that you are incorrigible, or you have tried many times to try to change your life. Maybe your spouse has been telling you to change something in particular they don't like, or you are a student and you are not really happy with the performances you are getting in school. Anything you are doing that you want to have better outcome and better results, I believe so much, because it has worked for me, and anyone I have shared this tools with has also helped them. That if you can change your thinking, change your belief, and change your habits, ultimately within a very short period of time, you can start experiencing new things. So for changing your thinking, I recommend reading As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. If you want to change and work on your beliefs, I recommend Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. And if you want to change your behavior or your habits, I recommend Atomic Habits by James Clear. These tripartite books, I believe so much that if you can stick to the strategies and then the knowledge they share with you, you can ultimately, within a very short period of time, change the outcome, change your expectation, change your performance, and change your life. If you found value out of this video, don't forget to like the video, hit the subscribe button so that anytime we upload a video, you will be notified. Thank you so much, and I'll see you the next time I share a video again. God bless you.